My viewer experiment has shown me quite clearly that the videos in which I talk about Harry Potter seem to get more views. So let the Harry Potter talk commence. The book I'm going to be reviewing for you is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. But before I get to that, I need to give you a little bit of an explanation. So this time of year carries with it a lot of Harry Potter milestone-type celebrations. Last Monday was the 1-year anniversary of the release of Deathly Hallows, also the 11-year anniversary of the release of Sorcerer's Stone. Then this coming Thursday, July 31st, is both Harry Potter's birthday and also, strangely coincidentally, J.K. Rowling's birthday. So, like many people, I think, I decided to take this opportunity to reread the Harry Potter series, but I'm doing it in a little bit of a different way. Some of you might know that the Harry Potter series is kind of designed to look like this. You've got 7 books, and you find certain parallels between 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5, and then 4, of course, is the turning point. And for a while, I've kind of wanted to take the time to take note of these parallels and sort of mark them down, but I haven't actually done it yet. So I'm going to do it this time as I read through it. To do that, I'm reading the series in kind of an unusual order. I'm starting with book 4, and I've already finished that, and I'm going to review that today. And then I'm going to move on to books 3 and 5, and then 2 and 6, and then finish with 1 and 7. By the way, this video is probably going to be longer than 4 minutes because it includes an explanation and a book review, so I do hope you'll forgive me for that. So today I'm going to talk about book 4. Now obviously book 4 has no parallel in this pattern, but it does act as a turning point. There are many ways in which it does that. Think back to the days before Goblet of Fire. Harry Potter is 3 books old. You know it's going to be 7 books long at this point. It's a popular series. It's a well-written series. Everyone who reads it really enjoys it. But the books that have come out so far are fairly episodic. The endings are all nice and happy and upbeat, and most everything gets resolved at the end of each novel. And they all follow a fairly predictable formula at this point. In the last 2 novels, the first chapter is acted as sort of a recap of the other novels and what's going on in Harry's life, and it starts with Harry and the Dursleys. This is the first novel since Harry was old enough to formulate his own thoughts that does not start with Harry. It starts with another scene, a slightly sinister scene. It also starts with a death. And so book 4 acts simultaneously as a conclusion, a natural conclusion for the first 3 novels, but also an introduction to the last 3 novels. First, there are several aspects of the book which can be seen as sort of a culmination of Harry's experiences in his first 3 years. The first task of the Triwizard Tournament, Harry flies on his broomstick around the dragon, and that is even compared, when he's on the broomstick, he compares it to just another Quidditch game. But now he's using his Quidditch skills, which have gone about as far as they can go in book 3, and now he's taking them a step further and using them with something real, so to speak. Book 4 also introduces us to some aspects of that are going to factor into the rest of the series, some darker things. Book 4 introduces us to the pensieve, which plays a role in the rest of the series. Book 4 is also the first time someone suggested Harry might be an Auror. It's the first time that Voldemort's supporters are referred to as Death Eaters. It's the first time we see the Dark Mark. And of course there's that whole thing with Voldemort returning to full power and wanting to get out and kill Harry. One other way it acts as a turning point is it acts as a point to the triangle. If book 4 has a parallel with any other of the Harry Potter books, it's with 1 and 7, because those are the 3 corners of the triangle, the beginning, the middle, and the end. For example, the character of Ollivander, we only see him in those 3 books. 1, 4, and 7 are also the 3 novels in which Harry encounters some aspect of his parents that isn't a memory and that isn't a photograph. In book 1, he sees them in the Mirror of Erised for the first time. In book 4, he sees them when they come out of the wand during the Prior Incantatem. And of course in book 7, when he activates when he invokes the ring. Those 3 books are also the 3 times where Harry actually duels Voldemort. In book 1, it's not really considered dueling, but they do face off against each other. Book 4 is the first time that they actually officially duel. They meet each other in Book 5, but they don't actually do any dueling. Dumbledore does all the dueling. And then, of course, Book 7. So to recap, Book 4 acts as the turning point because it's set apart from the other novels and it really has no parallel. But at the same time, it acts as a conclusion to the first 3 books, an introduction to the last 3 books, and a pivoting point between the 2, and also because it's one of the corners of the triangle. So over the course of the next 3 vlog driver episodes, I will be talking about the other 3 pairs of books. I will also probably be discussing some of these parallels in the books in writing on my blog at the Ning, link in the sidebar. I will warn you that when I do the vlogs, I try to keep everything relatively condensed. When I write, I give myself no such boundaries and I allow my writing to ramble along freely. So until next time, fellow Harry Potter fans, bye now.